Gene Welch, 10, 19, and 34, Rolla, Missouri.
Can you tell me a little bit about your family background and your childhood?
My mother, she was a RN. My dad, he was a truck driver and a sawmill operator. And he was in World War II. And anyway, I went to high school at Newburgh, Missouri. Graduated there. Then 1 year after that, I went into the Air Force. I was stationed over here at Lackland Air Force Base, but basically training there. And then I went to Denver, Colorado for 1 year for electronics school. From there, I went to Albany, Georgia, down there for a while. Then down into Florida for gunnery meets, training pilots for gun sight, stuff like that. And then the next thing you know, I'm going to Korea in 1955. And I got over there and I went to, we trained a bunch of people over there for gunnery and qualify them pilots. And I was there about 6 months, and I went to Formosa for about 90 days. From there back to Korea for about a month, and then went to Japan for like 30 days, and then back to Korea, and then back home.
So how long was your total time overseas there?
Overseas is just a little over a year.
Okay. And what did you do with the Air Force then?
I was a technician, a radar technician for gun sight system, radar gun sight. Worked on them F-86 planes.
Okay. So you were on the plane?
No, I wasn't on the plane.
You were
we done it on the ground.
On the ground.
These are fighter planes.
Okay.
And I was in the 69 Fighter Bomber Squadron over there in Korea at Ozan. And we landed in Busan. Then we rode a 6x6 to Osan. And then we went into Seoul a few times, which wasn't much there then.
What was your rank while you were in Korea?
Airman first class.
And your unit?
Unit was 69 Fighter Bomber Squadron.
Okay. So tell me about Seoul when you were there in the late 50s.
It was just a attractive looking place, back then. Old huts. And they had some markets, but, where they sell goods and stuff like that.
Did you interact with any other foreign troops? Any Korean troops while you were there?
No. Well, no. We had some people working on the base from a little town there at Osan. But we had one houseboy that took care of barracks.
Were you with any of the other UN troops at all, or no?
No.
Okay. Yeah.
There was an army outfit stationed there, but they was backing us up, I think,
Yeah.
But the war was kind of over with when I got there.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they were still having, conflicts, kind of shooting down planes and stuff.
So you were mainly based in Busan when you were there?
Huh?
Where were you for the longest in Korea?
Osan.
In Osan?
Yeah.
Okay. So you were you in the military when the Korean War broke out?
No, it was in there just when it stopped.
Okay.
Went in 53.
Okay. Okay. So did you even know that the Korean War had broken out when you were in high school and?
Yeah, I had all kinds of friends over there.
Yeah. How did your family react and everything?
Oh, my mother didn't want me going,
Mm-hmm.
She thought it'd start all over again, which it ain't really ended yet.
Yeah.
I've had a cousin that's up on a 36 parallel, and he said that he still shoot at them every once in a while, over there. North does, shooting at the south. He said he saw more combat than I did, and he was in a long time after I was.
Wow.
Uh,
What was your reaction when the Korean War broke out?
Well, I was in high school, you know, and you know, a lot of the boys were in the National Guards that was older than me, and the first thing they done was call them up, and then they drafted some, you know, that went over there.
Did you know anything about Korea before the war started?
No,
Huh.
no, I didn't even know nothing about it when I went over there. I didn't know what I was getting into.
What was that like?
It was altogether different.
Yeah.
Rice paddies and, you know, stuff like that you never see over here.
Was it scary at all, going to a new place?
Well, it really wasn't, I didn't think too much about it, except, you know, we was shooting down MiGs then. They didn't really tell us they was, but we knew they was.
Wow.
You know, from the way the planes was when they come back, we'd check them out.
Wow.
Yeah.
How are your living conditions? Did you have to deal with any of the cold winters?
Yeah, our living conditions was a little old metal-looking hut. Had fuel oil for heat. It'd freeze up in the wintertime, you know. And old concrete floors, and then the showers was big old long shower out. It kind of, you might as well have been out in the open, you know.
It must have been rough.
But it's about 15 showers, you know, there. People come in and teach. And the chow hall is about the same way, you know. But it's like in this outfit I was in, there's like 30 AR members in it. There's probably 100 people there. And then there's probably 30 pilots. You know, they had 3 different outfits there.
Okay.
In that one outfit, the wing part.
Did you, how much were you paid while you were over there? You remember?
I think I got $75 a month.
Wow. That's not
And
very
then
much.
I think I got $25 for being over there.
Okay. 25 extra?
Yeah,
Oh.
for being over there in a war zone.
That's not much.
No, you know what they get paid now? Just to going in.
I don't know.
This Marine told me the basic pay starting out was $1,600 a month.
Wow.
So it has increased.
Yeah. Cost of living, but also now it's more volunteers, so they have to.
Yeah, it's all volunteers.
Yeah.
now, which I volunteered.
Did you?
Yes.
Yeah.
So.
Did you want to go to Korea when you volunteered?
Well, I didn't. No, not really. I wanted to go to Germany or something like that, you know. But they come in, they signed me up for the Far East, and I thought it was Japan. I did land in Japan, then went on. Yeah.
So you were a little surprised when you showed up in Korea.
Yeah, when I told my mother I was going to Korea, she really was surprised.
I bet, yeah. How do you feel about the troops still being there today?
I think they're there for a reason. I don't know, you know. To kind of keep that North from doing anything bad. And the South Koreans, they like us over there, you know.
Yeah. Have you ever gotten to go back to
No.
Korea?
They changed the rules a little bit. See, my rules, I dismissed it like 2 or 3 months. And now they've done changed it.
I see.
Where I can go now.
Okay, I see. So do you think you will?
I probably will,
Yeah.
you know.
It's a wonderful, it's a
Have you been
tremendous
over
change.
some?
Yes, I've gotten to go.
I like to go back. They say it's just like a dump to a modern city.
Yes.
And they say it's a lot modern, some of these places over here now.
It's definitely a huge metropolis as well. It's a very cosmopolitan city. It's very large. What was your most difficult time while you were in Korea?
Oh, probably when it got cold. Sometimes it get around 30 below zero, you know, there. And it will, you know, then they send us to Formosa, and it was like 100 there.
What was Formosa like?
It was nice.
Yeah.
They had all kind of these markets and stuff like that. But we was over there and they had, them foremost people, they was training, to fly them planes.
Can you tell me more about your work as a radar technician? What did that entail?
Well, I took care of the radar, the radar was the one that controlled, where the sight was on the plane. They had a sight on it, and that radar would tell them how far they was from the target and stuff like that.
Okay.
And it'd go in on them, they'd take right in on the target. And it could also had a lab system on it. They could, we worked on. They could drop the big bomb with it, on this plane.
Were there a lot of problems with it back then?
Well, when we got over there, they wouldn't even work. So they was a second lieutenant. He was there when I was over, and we started working on them. He got a lot of equipment come in and help fix them, and we got them all working before we left. But they just run it like manual,
Okay. When they could see the target,
they just guess at it, But they wasn't getting no equipment to fix them and stuff like that over there then.
Because the war was over? Or
I guess.
Yeah.
And they send a lot of that stuff to different places,
Yeah, sure. So your job was very necessary. What was the most rewarding memory from Korea?
Probably when I got to fly to Hong Kong.
Uh-huh. Did you have any... Can you tell me about Hong Kong?
Well, we flew in and then we had to leave right after we got there. I don't, they wouldn't tell us why.
So they just said,
We
turn around
supposed to
and go
got to
back?
stay 3 days,
Oh, wow. Wow.
you know.
Did you go to any other cool places in East Asia on your, whenever you had leave?
Well, it's in Tokyo.
Mm-hmm.
I was over there for 30 days.
Mm-hmm.
And what I was doing over there was calibrating this equipment, we was using.
How do you feel about your experience being in Korea and maybe what you have helped lead to the economic development and democratization after the war? Do you think that keeping troops there helped?
I think it did. Yeah, I think they do.
Yeah. Can you tell me about what you think the legacy of the Korean War veterans is?
It's going down.
Yeah.
We're losing too many members.
Yeah.
And what gets me that you can't get them, these new guys that's been over there and knows a lot of stories, they don't want to sign up. They don't. Some of them don't even want to talk about it.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. They'll come to, like McDonald's putting on something.
Mm-hmm.
We got a booth we set up, and when they sign up, I see what they're when they's over there. If it's in Korea or Vietnam, and we'll try to get them to come to our organization. They won't do it.
Huh.
Our Korean deal.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the president of it in Texarkana.
What do you think you can do to help change that?
I don't know. I just keep talking to them.
Yeah.
And that's the promise they're going to show up to meetings, but they don't.
Do you support the reunification of North and South Korea? Do you think it will happen?
No.
Yeah.
Because the South would have to support them big time then. I think they kind of support them now a little bit. But that president over there is in North Korea. He takes all that money and spends it on himself and his army. And there's a lot of people over there needs help.
What do you think about the fact that the war is not officially over?
Oh, I don't know. I guess it just got, they got to stay over to kind of protect from coming over.
Mm-hmm.
I think they do come over. I don't know how far.
Do your grandkids know about Korea?
Well, I got a granddaughter. She helps us on our float and stuff, Korean float, and she kind of understands some.
Yeah.
Yeah, she thinks her papa's something.
Because we don't learn much about it in school.
I know it.
Yeah. Did you see any? You didn't see any combat though, because
No.
you were on the ground, away from any.
The only thing I seen, like I said, them planes coming back in, which we knew they's out shooting at them MiGs. Now on their Mayday over there, did happen was, there's like 10 of them MiGs flew over our base. We had to get on alert real quick, you know, but they just flew over and they's gone, you know.
Just
Before
checking
they-
out the landscape.
Yeah, they got back over on the other side before the planes could get off the ground. That's kinda interesting.
Yeah. I wonder
Everybody's
why.
scared to death.
I bet. Thank you so much.